How's it going, folks? Jeremy Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be going through all the confirmed MMORPG content launches taking place this month, and anything that gets announced after can be found in my weekly MMO news drop videos, so stay tuned. With that, buckle up and let's begin with Black Desert Online. On 6th of April, BDO players will be able to jump into the Eternal Winter expansion. This is a brand new region full of frost and snow, and it contains a bunch of new monster areas in addition to mysterious new storylines and lore to explore. Throughout the zone, there's a new frostbite debuff that will hinder your adventure if you don't find ways to keep warm. The expansion launch will also bring out the brand new class to play, Dracania. She's a melee two-handed sword-wielding character, the arch nemesis of the Guardian class, and it will be interesting to see if that is explored at all in this update. Finally, coming with this launch is a revamp to the Balanos region, which will now contain all new story cutscenes. Also happening on April 6th is the start of closed beta for Fractured Online, the upcoming buy-to-play isometric sandbox MMORPG from Dynamite Studios and Gamigo. For this closed beta test, the servers will be turned on 24/7 with no NDA, and players will be free to check out the new continent of Arhan alongside the rest of the content, from building your house to the racial alignment system and more. To gain access, you'll need to purchase one of the Founders Packs that can be found on Gamigo's Glyph launcher, with the lowest pack coming in at $26. And then on April 7th, Swords of Legends Online, aka Solo, will be getting some brand new content. Players can expect 2 brand new dungeons, the Juba Residence and the Wuyu Hammock Forest. Both will offer players new challenges to overcome that's slightly more difficult than existing dungeons available. Additionally, a new raid will arrive in the same update, consisting of 4 new bosses that leads the Demon Army, King Zhenzu, Wu Ling, Jing Yuanji, and Firebeast Liao Shan. Expect some decent story and rewards within these new group instances. Moving on, let's head to Final Fantasy XIV. And the big launch this month is, of course, patch 6.1, Newfound Adventure, the first major update of the Endwalker expansion cycle. So, what's in it? There's a bunch of good stuff, but we're highlighting the most important ones. Most notably, the main scenario quest continues, and once you've completed that, there's plenty of new side quests to tackle. Along the way, you can dabble in the new dungeon, or the new Alliance raid, the Ultimate raid, and a new trial as well. Outside of current PvE, PvP players will now get a 5 vs 5 mode called the Crystalline Conflict, which contains new PvP rewards and improvements. And for housing, a new lottery system will go live in this update, which is kinda like the green card, but the reward, which you paid for in advance, is a shiny new house in Ishgard if you win. Finally, for those not at the current content yet, there's good news as well, because patch 6.1 will also implement changes to the base game, A Realm Reborn, like adding the trust system to the original MSQ line now to make things go even quicker if you'd rather not wait in queue. Safe to say this is a pretty big update, and while the release date only says mid-April, we're bound to learn more in the coming weeks. Now, do we have a new MMORPG launch this month? Yes, we do. Rise Online, the spiritual successor to Night Online, will have its free-to-play launch on April 15th. Developed by Rocco Game Studios, Rise Online will be available in both English and Turkish languages and has all the trappings of a classic MMORPG. It's got a large open world to quest in, a substantial PvE storyline, 2 factions to pick from for PvP, and 4 classes available at launch. Now, while all of that sounds normal, here's the interesting part. It's also a blockchain MMORPG, so it will have NFT, or non-fungible token. According to the devs, you'll be able to convert your characters in the game into NFTs and use them as an endless artifact, transfer them to others, and even receive inheritance commission from their subsequent sales as the first owner. So I know MMO things, but blockchain things, not so much. Therefore, I can't tell you if this is a good thing for the game or not, but since it's going to be free to play, hey, we'll be checking it out regardless. Next up, we head to Terria and Guild Wars 2. ArenaNet will be bringing back a huge chunk of missing content this month that players for years that joined the game post-2014 had to learn about in dialogue and text only. On April 19th, for the first time ever, Living World Season 1 will be coming back to the game permanently, over 5 episodes, and the first episode, Flame and Frost, will arrive that week to kick off the beginning of Scarlet's War. This will be a free update for everyone, including free players, and will now offer a cohesive narrative bridge for both returning and new players that are starting the Elder Dragon storyline. On top of that, this is a great opportunity to earn those legacy achievement points and rewards. On the same day, the challenge mode for the End of Dragons expansion strike missions will also go live, so gather up your buddies and happy hunting. Something else exciting happening on April 19th is the Blizzard reveal for World of Warcraft's next expansion. At this point in time, we know almost nothing about it except the obvious fact that it will probably continue the storyline from the Shadowlands epilogue in Eternity's End. Until then, World of Warcraft players, if you're returning to the game, there's plenty to get caught up on in terms of content, with the latest update, or WoW Classic, or even the new Sylvanas novel that got released last week. Take your pick. Now, April is traditionally a good month for The Lord of the Rings Online, and this year will be better, because alongside the game's 15th anniversary celebrations this month, Lotro will also be launching Update 33, and it's packed with good stuff. The game will be getting a new region called Yondershire for levels 20 above, and for free players, the once paywalled classes, the Runekeeper, the Warden, the Bjorning, these will all be free to play in this update, as will the High Elf race. That's not all though, because perhaps even more significant is that all quest packs and expansions leading up to Helm's Deep will be free to play after this update, which means it's a fantastic time to jump into Lotro if you haven't tried it out yet. There's no official date at the moment as to when Update 33 launches, except sometime late April, so stay tuned. Let's head back to the start of the month. On the 4th of April, RuneScape will be launching Extinction, the high-level final quest of the year-long Elder God War saga, and it's also the first Grandmaster quest the game has launched since 2016. Extinction comes with over 3 hours of content, some of it requiring you to group up. It is recommended that players complete all the previous quests in the Elder God War storyline in order to get a full grasp of the lore in this one. Just before I go, here's a quick PSA. In case you missed it, New World has launched its latest major update right at the end of last month, in fact a couple of days ago, The Heart of Madness. It contains the conclusion of the game's current storyline involving Isabella, and you can play through the new Tempest Heart expedition with the new blunderbuss weapon to experience the finale. And that's all I've got for now, folks. Keep in mind, it's still very early days and we're bound to get more news about what else is launching and coming our way this April. In the meantime, if you found this video useful or informative, help me out by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more MMO content. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.